Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today I'm going to be unboxing 3 affordable Middle Eastern fragrance clones, including Paris Corner's Mawj Cognac Blaze. So let's jump into it. All right, we are back with another unboxing first impressions video of 3 new Middle Eastern fragrances that I recently scooped up from Fragrance Buy. Links are gonna be down in the description if you decide you want to check any of these fragrances out. Also some coupon codes, save yourself a few bucks at a variety of different places if you decide you want to shop with them. So we have ourselves 3 new Middle Eastern fragrances. We got an Wataniah, a Maison Alhambra, and then we have that Paris Corner, the new Mawj Cognac Blaze. Pretty stoked on all these fragrances, so let's quit screwing around. Let's get into it. All right, kicking things off, going to the house of Wataniah, and it's Watanihah's Reda'a. Definitely not pronouncing that correctly. Scooped this up for 28 bucks at Fragrance Buy, and don't know too much about this fragrance. Heard it's a 1 million clone of some sort, so let's dive in, shall we? All right, and there we have the box presentation for Watanihah's Reda'a. Nice box presentation, nice shimmery gold, name of the fragrance right there on the front with Wataniah. It's an Eau de Parfum concentration, and it opens up like so. Ooh, nice fuzzy podium and door going on here with some nice gold. That's a nice little touch right there. With our fragrance bottle sitting on the inside here with a little, that was supposed to be glued onto the top here, but extra protection for this cap here. So overall, nice box presentation, especially for 28 bucks. And the bottle presentation, pretty straightforward rectangular shape, but it does have this kind of fuzzy, velvety sort of finish going on to it. And again, a little bit of a metallic gold kind of insert, I guess, within that velvety bottle. So nice bottle presentation. Cap on this, nice thick heavy metal, plastic inside, but it's definitely got some weight to it. Will hurt if you drop that on your foot. And the atomizer on this bad boy. Nice long sprays on that one. Good distribution, will absolutely get the job done. But what does this smell like? So right off the rip, just smelling this in the air, definitely has that Paco Rabanne 1 million Royal style of DNA going on to it. A little bit different, but it's definitely going to remind you of that one. A nice cardamom spice that's in the air, mixing in with kind of a sweet citrusy, like tangerine style of citrus, mostly about that spice. And then you are getting like some nice vanillic benzoin that's coming in from the base, but sweet spice, a little bit of added little kick to it from that tangerine. Let's get this on paper, dive in. So right out the gate, just smelling this off the paper, has that cardamom spice, but you're getting more aromatics coming through. So it has this like lavender, sage, a little bit of kind of like a textured like violet that's going on with it. Mostly about that sage and that lavender mixing in with that cardamom, and you're still getting little touches of that tangerine, but kind of a sweet, spicy, aromatic style of opening, quite nice. As it's opening up a little bit more, that lavender is starting to push forward a lot harder. So it's got that very clean, aromatic lavender sort of feel, but it's running up against this kind of like fresh, spicy, sweet style of benzoin, cardamom style of spice that's there. You're still getting a little touch of that violet leaf there, some earthiness from like some patchouli perhaps, and like this kind of fresh, airy, almost spicy style of wood, like a cedar wood that's coming through. But it's really about this lavender right now mixing in with those spices, and it's got like a very fresh, spicy, aromatic sort of feel, but with just enough sweetness around the edges to balance it off. It's quite nice. Yeah, this is quickly developing, so more of those sweet accords are starting to come through. So I am getting more of that kind of vanillic benzoin that's coming in, a little bit of kind of like sweet aromatics as well that are mixing in there, and it's kind of balancing off with the woods, a little touch of the earthiness and those spices. But overall, digging this one so far. So let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Watanihah's Reda'a. Definitely pronouncing that wrong. Been about an hour, let's settle down, do its own thing. Dry down on this is really nice. All these different kind of scent accords have really balanced out very well together. So the aromatics are stuck around, the lavender and the sage are still there. Adds that kind of cleanness, that aromatic touch, a little bit of like almost a fresh, spicy earthiness that comes through, and a little kiss of that violet leaf that's still in there. But you do get some nice earthy patchouli that's in there, this like fresh, spicy, airy style of cedar that's kind of like with the benzoin sitting on top. So the benzoin adds a little sweetness, bit of that vanillic sweetness, but it also has a bit of a spice going on to it as well that plays in really nice with those aromatics. So overall, it's a really well-balanced fragrance. has that aromatic profile, has a little touch of some sweetness, not an overly sweet style of fragrance, with just enough kind of earthy, woody touches just to kind of form like that masculine base. So has that compliment factor, has that kind of dumb reach sort of feel going on to it. Still very similar to the Paco Rabanne 1 Million Royale style of DNA, but it is definitely different. I'm gonna have to get these two side by side and kind of do a comparison, but it's definitely gonna remind you of that DNA, but I do think this is kind of veered off in its own direction in this dry down, but through and through, really enjoyable fragrance. Quality on this is pretty good, especially for, what did I say, $28. I'm gonna have to get this on skin, test the performance and all that, but so far, pretty impressed. That's Wataniah Reda'a. All right, next up, going to the house of Maison Alhambra with Maison Alhambra's Sceptre Oceana. Now, scoop this up for $23 at Fragrance Buy, and have one of the other Sceptre from the series, the Malachite, very fresh, summery style of fragrance. Heard the name Oceana is a little deceiving on this one, so let's find out, shall we? All right, there we have the box presentation for Maison Alhambra's Sceptre Oceana. Nice looking box so far. It is a slide off cover, like so. Revealing, oh, quite a different, I don't know why they would have that cover when the box is like a very like sleek black going on to it with a gold backing to it like this. It's a bit of a weird cover for it, and it does slide off like so. Revealing our fragrance bottle sitting on this nice kind of fuzzy podium there. So overall box presentation, a little different, but nice. Bottle presentation, sticking with the Sceptre series. So nice kind of sleek black, very kind of rounded, rectangular sort of feel going on to this one. Name of the fragrance there, cap on that, name of the fragrance house there. Camera can't pick that up, that's too shiny. Cap, nice thick plastic, got a little bit of weight to it, but it's definitely mostly plastic. I think there's a little bit of metal on the top right there. And the atomizer on this bad boy, I think the other one's pressurized. Do we have it pressurized? Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah, that's a great atomizer. Yeah, bonus points for pressurized atomizers every single time, love it. But what does this smell like? So right off the gate, just smelling this in the air, really kind of like dark, dry, woody, touch of oudi style of fragrance, but has some nice fresh spice that's going on to it, and it has this vanilla as well. So like a really spiced vanilla sitting on this like dry, dark, rich, oudi style of wood. Really quite nice, very bold, very masculine style of fragrance. This apparently is a clone or a twist on the Bulgari La Gemme Aurum. I haven't had my nose on that one, so I can't speak to whether or not this is going to be the same or not, but in the air, this is quite nice. Let's dive in. Yeah, so right off the rip, just smelling this off paper, really liking this. It's got that spicy aspect that's going on to it, but it's got this like balsamic sweetness. It's got that vanilla sweetness going on, and a really nice dark rich wood from that oud that's coming through. So it's a very oudi style of wood. It's not kind of a skanky oud or a sweet oud. Really got that kind of dry, dark, woody sort of feel going on to it, kind of infused with this really nice spice and that kind of like balsamic sweetness and that vanilla sweetness. This is quite nice. I don't know why they would call this Oceana. That just, you think of marine fragrance. This is definitely not that. As it's opening up a little bit more, that fresh spiciness is kind of taking on like a bit of a green tone, but it's still got this like a very dark sort of feel. Very balsamic style of like sweetness and spice going on to it, but that vanilla is always pushing forward too. So it's got like this creaminess that's coming from the vanilla, but it's got this kind of dryness coming from the oud, and that balsamic spiciness that's kind of like merging those two together. It's really quite interesting. Like I said, very kind of bold and kind of in your face to a certain degree. Yeah, I'm digging this one. Does have that very kind of Middle Eastern vibe with the way the oud is coming forward and that spice profile, that kind of balsamic, spicy sweetness that's coming through. So very Middle Eastern kind of a vibe going on to it, but I am digging this so far. So let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Maison Alhambra's Sceptre Oceana. Been about an hour, let it settle down, do its own thing. Nothing really spectacularly different changed in this dry down. This is a pretty linear scent I'm finding from that opening to the dry down. Still stuck around, has that vanilla. The vanilla's come forward a little bit more, and it's just got a little bit more depth to it. So it's got this nice spiced, creamy vanilla sort of vibe going on to it. that's running up against this benzoin that has more of a kind of balsamic vanillic sweetness, if you will, with that added spice, and then just a really nice kind of woody oud that's just infused with those spices as well. Just kind of adds a bit of a dry texture that kind of runs up against that creamy vanilla, and through, this is a really nice fragrance. Like I said, it's very kind of dark, bold, has that masculine sort of vibe, but a bit of a flirty edge with that vanilla that's coming through, that spice vanilla, just adding kind of a, like rounding out the edges so it's not too aggressive of a fragrance, and really got that kind of like that Middle Eastern vibe, but not a Middle Eastern spice market, but that oudy wood that comes through is definitely going to give you that vibe, and I'm digging this one. We'll see what the performance is like on this, but scent profile wise, I think it's being a great fall winter style of fragrance, and so far, pretty impressed. That's Maison Alhambra's Sceptre Oceana. All right, last, but hopefully not least, well, Paris Corner's Mawj Cognac Blaze. Now you can scoop this up for $27 at Fragrance Buy, and part of the series of, there's Mawj, Appletini, there's the Ginger Moon, the Moscow Mule or whatever it's called, but Cognac Blaze is a newer release, so let's find out what we're dealing with here. All right, there we have the box presentation for Paris Corner's Mawj Cognac Blaze. Nice looking cube box that's going on here. I do like this pattern that's going on, a very kind of intricate style of pattern that's on there with the name of the fragrance house as well, and it opens up like so to reveal our very Bikilian looking style of bottle that's sitting on the inside of this nice fuzzy podium. So overall, box presentation on this, kind of nice. I do like the design on that. And bottle presentation, very much that got that kind of Bikilian style of bottle going on to it. Kind of nice rounded glass, very thick base on this one. Has the kind of a metal plate in the front. Is that metal? No, that's more plastic sitting there with the name of the fragrance. Cap on this, let's be careful now. Very tight. I thought I was going to just rip the whole neck off this, but very thick acrylic cap to this one. Paris Corner emblem on the top there, the transparent cap, so a little nerve-wracking right there. Atomizer on this. Oh, really nice atomizer as well. It's borderline pressurized by the feel of it. Not quite pressurized, but it's definitely in the neighborhood. Nice long sprays, good fat puffs off this. Beautiful atomizer, big fan of that. What does this smell like? So right off the rip, just smelling this in the air. Really nice kind of mix of like some like creamy sweetness that's coming through, like a vanillic style of sweetness. Bit of like a darkness, some like coffee note that's there. A little pop of some sweet citrus as well. Some additional kind of like fruity chords and some like nice spice that's working its way in there. But it's really about this kind of creamy sweetness that's going on there. Very warm, very kind of sensual sweetness that's in the air right now. Reminds me of the Angel Share, the Hamras a little bit, but it's a little bit different. So I don't know, let's get this on paper. Let's dive in. So right off the rip, just smelling this off paper, a little bit different than it was in the air. I'm getting a lot more of this kind of mandarin citrus that's coming through. Getting this like this spicy myrrh that's there as well, this Divana that adds this kind of this almost fruity sweetness that's there, and this coffee note as well. So it's a nice mix of some gourmandy touches, some spices, as well as just that kind of little bit of a mandarin pop to it, giving it a bit of a brightness, but it's still very kind of like a warm, almost dark style of fragrance. Very nice. As it's opening up a little bit more, the spice profile is coming forward more. So there's like black pepper, that myrrh is really pushing forward a lot more. It still has that kind of Divana fruity sweetness mixing in with that coffee. The mandarin's starting to fall back a little bit, but these spices are pushing forward a lot more. And there's a little hint of that vanilla starting to come up from the base. That creaminess is starting to unfold a little bit, but a lot spicier, not a lot spicier, but spicier than kind of the Angel Share Hamra. This is a little bit closer to the Latafa Hamra Hawa in terms of that coffee note coming forward, but it's just got a little bit more spice going on, but I am digging this. Yeah, this is quite nice. This is kind of almost a hybrid, I would say, of like the Angel Share Latafa Hamra Hawa, but it's still kind of doing its own thing, but it's definitely in that genre, in that neighborhood. There's like a little bit of booziness that's coming forward. Even it's called Cognac Blaze, but I don't think that's a note that's in here. It's more kind of that Divana that's coming forward, maybe with that myrrh kind of mixing in. It's giving it a little bit of that kind of fermented fruit sweetness that can kind of come across as a booziness. But through and through, it's just kind of this creamy vanilla, this spice, this little coffee note that's popping through, and I am enjoying this so far. But let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Paris Corner's Mawj Cognac Blaze. Been about an hour, let's settle down, do its own thing. This changed a little bit in the dry down, and I'm really liking this dry down. It's, again, I know everyone's kind of getting sick to death of the angel share style of DNA. This one is going in a different direction, and I'm quite liking this one. So this one is not nearly as sweet as like the Lattafa Hamra. Has overlaps with that Lattafa Hamra Kawawa. It still holds that little bit of that coffee that's in here. But I'm finding this one has a really nice kind of like spice profile. There's like a balsamic kind of sweetness, almost booziness that's coming forward. The myrrh, the black pepper that's in there, still holding on to a little bit of coffee in that dry down, but the vanilla and the tonka and some musk have come forward a lot more. Really kind of smooth dry down, but it's contrasted against those spices, so that myrrh and that black pepper gives it a little bit of a sharpness or a little bit of a rough edge that's kind of just around this really kind of smooth core with a little like touch of that sweetness, but not an overly sweet style of fragrance, which is kind of nice. This is more kind of about like the spices and the smooth sandalwood, the coffee that's coming through with the vanilla and the tonka bean, just kind of accentuating that and just adding kind of like a creamy semi-sweetness to this one, and I'm digging this one. I think this is quite nice. Like I said, very much in that angel share Lattafa Hamra style of neighborhood, but it's kind of doing its own thing, and I am quite enjoying that one. So I think for 27 bucks pending performance, I think this could be kind of a nice alternative to some of those fragrances, if you will. So pretty pleased. That's Paris Corners Mawj Cognac Blaze. All right, so there you have it. That's my first impressions of 3 affordable Middle Eastern fragrance clones. Definitely got 3 for 3 on this one. Really enjoying all 3 of these ones. But I want to hear from you guys. What are some other Middle Eastern fragrance clones you want to see me do an unboxing for, full review, all that jazz? Comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. Love getting your different recommendations, your hidden gems, different taste and scent profiles. Appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.